If you haven't watched my videos yet in regards to Venezuela and BRICS and what is actually going on, I told you it's not about narcotics. I know this for a fact, that regardless history. But look, we just seized a tanker, oil tanker. We just proved the point. We're there for oil. We're there for regimes change. Why? Because our economy is collapsing. The United States is collapsing. They're keeping it away from you. I showed you statistical facts regarding GDP, de-dollarizations, and a lot. And you people are naive. You didn't study economics. You didn't study business. But you want to make fun of people that did and that had done a lot of research. But that being said, I already knew that. I mean, I predicted this years ago. I have it in videos. I knew it was coming. And eventually now I know we're in the real bad predicament where we have an unsustainable debt that we cannot pay back. And our country's going to collapse. You may think we have a powerful Navy, a powerful force, military. Listen, a lot of people, we're not back in 1986, man. A lot of these countries are technologically advanced. Not only that, the fact that it is, in order to be able to maintain the military, you need money. And our country is broke. And if you're not sure, go watch my video again so you can see the statistical facts. And I knew this is about that. Especially the fact that Saudi Arabia is no longer part of the petro system that we created, where we monopolize the oil. Where you want the oil, you had to trade your currency in dollars. So you wasn't able to buy oil, which means you couldn't heat your homes, you couldn't use trucks to transport your goods, or even maintain your military, because you need oil. So the only way to get oil was, under the petrodollar, was to change your currency into a dollar, creating a demand for the dollar, thus creating value, supply and demand. When there's no longer that demand, what happens to the dollar? It loses value. And a lot of people that hold these treasury bonds are returning back those dollars because they're tired of negative sanctions. They're tired of us stealing natural resources and being the bully, right? And we have now a multipolar financing system through BRICS. And many countries, including Latin America, are joining them, which is why as soon as they started using the excuse of the Alien Enemy Act, I predicted this over a year ago. Look it up. There's a videos on YouTube channel. So we know what's coming. World War III is at the corners, all right? Because these powerful elites are not going to give up on the power of the dollar, and countries don't have to no longer buy a dollar. And this is how empires collapse. It's been done many times before. Britain, the Dutch, Spain, Rome, you name it. And it's always a group of elites, parasitical elites, that they've robbed the nation's wealth through usury, interest, and they move on from empire to empire. So who's the new empire? I imagine must be China on the BRICS, or BRICS entirely. The point is, we're done. It's only a matter of time. So watch my video if you doubt me. But like I said, I knew it. Freezing an oil tanker. We're forcing them. We're trying to push them into war. And guess what? If you think Venezuela is a third world country, that may be so. But they're backed by China and Russia because of BRICS. They joined BRICS, including other Latin countries. This is what this is all about. We're collapsing as a nation. And these Zionists and global elites are trying to hold on to the power, to the dollar, because it's coming down. And again, nations don't have to use our resources. This is why we invaded Libya, right? We stole their gold, we stole their oil. He was trading in African gold. He wanted to trade with a whole bunch of Africans without using the dollar. What we did, we killed them. Same thing with Saddam Hussein. And you guys just are being deceived, and you believe in what they're feeding you. The media, granted, they got us fighting against each other because they're giving us different contrarian views when they own the media. And you guys, like fools, are arguing with your brother and your sister instead of fighting with the global elites. That's all I have for you. Bye-bye.